Hey there everyone, Juan Romero here from SwitchWatch with my review of Sparklite on the Nintendo Switch, which is a delightful little roguelite. In fact, scrap that, it's not delightful at all. It would eat you up for breakfast if given half the chance, so don't let its gorgeous little looks fool you. I bet many of you are thinking this has a lovely little Moonlighter vibe or Graveyard Keeper. You may even buy it due to its looks, but before you do, let's break it down and let's see if this game is worth that hard-earned cash, that moolah or dinero. The story here, well, everything in Geodia is tied together by Sparklite. In fact, it's the life force of the whole planet, and its inhabitants have learned over many years to channel it safely. It's a wonderful power source, but can also be used for nastiness. In this case, the self-titled Baron wants to mine Sparklite in massive quantities to power his war machines. Geodia has a natural defense in which the land rearranges itself to set back the Baron. This is absolute genius in explaining how we have procedurally generated levels, by the way. As a protagonist Ada, who is a mechanic, you must save the world from the Baron, and his crazy ideas create a new world. Using his machines and your adventure. As the protagonist Ada, who is a mechanic, you must save the world from the Baron and his crazy idea to create a new world using his machines. Your adventure spans 5 worlds where you must defeat his henchmen and shut down his mining sites. Now, in terms of gameplay, if you're fed up with roguelites, then it's possible that this may not change your mind. Here we have procedurally generated levels on each run. Maps are randomized along with the foes that you face. Each run though is not a complete waste of time. As you go around as Ada, your mission is to collect as much Sparklite as possible. This resource is used to upgrade gadgets, gear and weapons. It's also used to build up your home hub so that you can begin building a better arsenal of goodies for your adventures. It's a system that's been used before, but it's one that I really like, as runs don't feel like a complete waste of time, hence the term roguelite. Now, if you've played games like Zelda Link's Awakening, this has a similar feel. As you control Ada, you can swipe your hammer, hold the action button for a stronger attack. There is a dash to avoid enemies and to cross chasms. There are puzzles to solve, bosses to kill, and small dungeons to conquer, all in the name of getting more of that Sparklite. And as you upgrade, each run becomes far more enjoyable. As you get further, far more challenging this will become too. You will perish a lot, and there's no doubt that if that's not for you, then you may not enjoy this game. It's really quite simple in this respect though, and I do like it quite a lot. The other issue though for some is the game's grindy nature. There's a lot of resource to collect to upgrade your hub, and to get strong enough for the first boss is going to take you a good while, and some of you may tire. Each run will see you starting from the beginning, so it can become rather repetitive quickly. Saying that though, once you do get into your stride and beat some of the titans, of which there are 5 to take down in 5 different areas, things start to open up and it gets rather more interesting. For example, when you beat your first boss, you unlock co-op mode, where one of you can control your little floating robot, who you will unlock later on. The other player can take control, helping you on your quest. Or if you play solo, you can trigger the R button and control this little guy to reach places you can't. He's also able to dig up hidden treasures or switches to open paths to newer areas. I enjoyed the way that you had to reverse engineer gadgets through mini games before you're able to make them back at the hub, such as having to solve a puzzle with the Shrinkinator or having to hit targets with the boom balloon. It certainly makes it rather more fun. Back at the hub, you can choose a widget to go into battle with on each run, such as Spark Burst, which lets off a bunch of blue balls of light to kill anything on your path. There are things to upgrade at the workshop, but in order to do anything, you must find and talk to the NPCs throughout the world on your exploration runs. You must take them back with you, again making things rather more interesting. There are even beats to find to make a song and to also take back. All of this keeps the game fun without getting too stale. In terms of audio, the soundtrack in this game is rather beautiful. It suits the game really well. It feels like an adventure which you want from games like this. Everything sounds whimsical, never gets boring. Each area has its own track which keep things nice and fresh. Sound effects are on point for this lovely little indie. In terms of visuals, I'm a big fan of the visuals here. It certainly reminds me of Moonlighter in many ways, and these type of top-down affairs, especially when presented in this way, really draw me into the world. The characters are drawn really nicely and it just has a Zelda vibe feel which brings back so much nostalgia. While not quite as cute or toy-like as the recent Zelda, it still looks fantastic in its own way. Now in terms of value then, Sparklite is $24.99 in the US and well £19.99 in the UK and $24.99 in euros. If you pre-purchased, you would have got yourself 15% off of these prices. If you want to add another €5, £5 or $5, then you can go for the physical version, and there's also a fantastic looking version from those guys at Signature Edition Games. So take a look at that, a little bit more expensive, but you get a lovely manual, CD and all of those goodies which we've shown many times before. I'll put the link on Amazon and Signature Edition Games down below for you to have a look at. Is it worth it? Well, you'll certainly get a load of hours out of this, but only buy this game if you're a fan of roguelites. For those that like to explore and not die and not have to start again, you may be disappointed. One thing to remember though is if you don't have to do each boss each time. Once beaten, the game does remember this, so you only have to search the next boss. Before I get onto my verdict, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and bell notification if you want to be in with a chance of winning a Nintendo Switch Lite, which will be given away at 50,000 subscribers. So my final thoughts, this is one of the better roguelites that I have played, and I've played many on the Switch, so much so that I'm beginning to feel a little bit fatigued by the whole roguelite thing. I will admit they're not my favourite type of game. However, I do like the fact here that when you perish, you get to keep that Sparklite and use it to build up your character, your hub for your next run. It keeps the game addictive, even if it does get a little repetitive and rather grindy at times. If you're a fan of these type of games though, then you're going to love the look, the feel, audio and how nicely and tight this game plays. For those of you who are not fans, and you want to give this type of game a chance, then this may change your mind. A 7.5 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed my review of Sparklite, and if you did, consider leaving a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel if you're new here, and well, leaving us a comment down below letting us know what you think of this game, this review, or any other game on the Nintendo Switch for that matter. We always love to hear your thoughts. Sorry guys, I've been a little bit unwell, a little bit under the weather. You can probably hear it in my voice. Hopefully I'll be back to normal soon. My name is Juan Romero from SwitchWatch, and I'll see you again very soon on the next one.